Every visionary, every radical, every system breaker, paradigm shifter, or truth teller was once called crazy at some point. Not because they were wrong, no, but because they saw something real before the world was ready. And in a culture that confuses comfort with correctness, truth often sounds insane until it pays off. This is Psychological, the show for those who were never meant to fit in. Nah, they tried, but they ended up realizing that they were born to see through it and to see through it all. I am the common denominator. And today, we're honoring the madness that makes miracles. I know you remember the first time, right? When someone said, with a laugh maybe, or a whisper, or that sideways look when they look at you or look to the side and say you're crazy. Maybe it was when you left that so-called safe job, or when you decided to summon up the courage and start that weird business. You trusted your gut, even when logic said it's better to play it safe. Maybe it was when you spoke a truth that no one had the language for it yet. They didn't ask questions. They didn't get curious like you, but they turned around and labeled you, right? Dismissed you. They tried to put you in the box labeled too much. But what if the real problem wasn't what you were saying, but how early you were saying it? Crazy is just what the crowd calls clarity when it hasn't caught up yet. Let's talk about history for a little bit. How often has crazy been the first response to innovation? Remember Nikola Tesla? He thought electricity could be wireless, and they called him delusional. How about Harriet Tubman? She had visions and premonitions, and through that, saved hundreds, thousands even. We could bring up Kanye West into the discussion. I mean, the list goes on and on. They ridicule the mind that rethinks the mode. And they would do this until they can monetize what it builds. And still today, you meditate and they call you crazy. You build outside the system and they call it a scam. You say no to 9-to-5 culture and suddenly they're calling you irresponsible. You choose peace over performance and they think you've given up. But maybe what looks like rebellion is just remembering who you were before the world programmed you. Now, let's flip the script. You kept going. You trusted the gut feeling no one else could sense. You built it your own way, even when they didn't clap. And then it worked. The thing they laughed at started growing. The move they called irrational became inspiring. The healing journey they rolled their eyes at, it started setting others free. And now, the same people who called you crazy are asking, how? You did it. How did you do it? Because here's the real twist. Most people aren't against your ideas. They're actually against your audacity. You reminded them what they gave up on. You forced them to feel their own stagnation. And that kind of mirror, it cuts deep. And honestly, that's not your problem. Your job was never to be that which they could just accommodate. Your job was to be proof. So here's how we're gonna reframe it. The next time somebody calls you crazy, just smile. It means they're seeing something they don't understand. It means you've stopped shrinking just to fit their comfort zone. It means you're close to something real, and in fact, you are already standing in it. The greatest minds in history sounded unhinged until the system had to rewire itself around their truth. So keep on keeping on. Keep moving. Keep building. Keep tuning into the version of you that doesn't need applause to feel aligned. Let them call you crazy. Just don't forget to invite them to the launch party when it finally works. I am the common denominator, and this was Psychological. Next time, we're going to be tuning into the frequency of silence and why quiet is a frequency, not a flaw. Until next time, stay free, stay clear, stay a little bit crazy.